Hello and welcome to another episode of Tiksu to UniTartu. Today I'm joined by Ben, and Ben, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ben Wood. I come from the United States. I'm currently studying here at the University of Tartu in the EACH program. It's the Erasmus Mundus Excellence in Analytical Chemistry.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about your program and how you decided to go on this program, how you came here?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually, 2 years ago, I would have never expected to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know what Erasmus was, really. I think it's a very common thing from being in the U.S. to not know what that is.
Yeah.
But I was living in the U.S. and was working a job as a chemist.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been wanting to do a master's program for the longest time. But with just how things were back home with our education system and everything, it was pretty difficult to get into a program at the time.
Yeah.
And one of my coworkers, he had done this program EACH. And he came to me and told me all about it and said, "Do you want to travel? I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything I've learned about you, it seems like you really want to get out there. And there's this incredible master's program you could do where you spend a year in Estonia and then a year in a second country and get your master's. And unlike in the US where you have to pay, they have funding applied that will assist you in everything. So I had no idea this existed. It felt too good to be true, really. And I applied, got in, and I'm still shocked I'm here, really. But that's how I got started in it. And it's run from Professor Ivo in the chemistry department. Shout out Ivo. We all love you. It's an excellent program, and I'm really grateful to be here.
No, yeah, that's awesome. I think it's a great opportunity with the Erasmus, especially coming from the U.S. We don't have a lot of... we're not throwing around Erasmus a lot. And when I first came here, I was like, it's just they do events and stuff. But it's actually this whole really well-funded program that if you're not already, take advantage of it, listeners.
Well, I mean, when I joined, I didn't even know what Erasmus was until I physically got here.
Yeah.
I signed up for this whole program. It was called the Erasmus program, but I thought that was just the title at first.
Yeah.
And then I come to find out it's a thing that all Europeans try to get into. Yeah, it's
absolutely
crazy.
So what was your knowledge of Estonia before you came here? You had the program, you saw it was going to be in Estonia. What was your kind of preconceived notion of Estonia, I guess? Well,
I knew a little bit about it. I'm a big time nerd in my private life. I really like geography. And so I knew of the country. A lot of people I told that I was going to Estonia, they were like, "Where is that? Is that country from that princess movie?
What do they speak there?"
But so I knew a little bit about it. I knew it was post-Soviet country, but I didn't know very much details. I just knew it was going to be cold. Yeah. And looking at pictures, that it was going to be really pretty. And that part is true. And it is also very cold.
Very pretty. Yeah. It's very pretty, very cold. Yeah, I kind of have a similar experience. I think I knew even less than you did because I had to Google. They told me I was coming to Tallinn. I'm like, Tallinn, Estonia, where the heck is that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so pretty good. But with your program, you said you're doing the EACH program. What specifically are you studying, and what does your day-to-day look like at the University of Tartu?
Yeah, so I'm studying analytical chemistry. The program is focused on kind of giving us training and background to be marketable in the field itself and get a job afterwards, either working in a chemistry lab or working in management or something. So my day-to-day is, it's a lot of classes, right? But we do lab classes where we get hands-on experience with different chemistry equipment and these huge pieces of equipment that are really fun to tinker around with.
Yeah.
And then a lot of classes that are very focused on very specific topics for us. So I had a class that was on economics and how it is involved with chemistry. So we got to learn if I ran a lab, how do I price out this is how much it'll cost to test a sample.
Yeah.
And then I had a class that was on law and legal regulation with chemistry. And then also we have very fundamental analytical chemistry just as a class.
Yeah.
I have one that's on this whole system called chromatography, which is just a type of analysis you do in chemistry. So it's very broad, and I think it really helps to prepare you with general knowledge of the field and give you more expertise than you would get in a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
As well as all these other aspects of chemistry that you wouldn't really think about, like business and regulations, things like that.
Oh, that's cool. Like, I like that they're actually providing those real world examples instead of just doing book study. I assume you did your bachelor's in the U.S. For chemistry. You're working like in a lab afterwards. How did that compare to your experience, like just the university experience at all, the learning? How did it compare to how you're learning now in the University of Tartu?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I graduated from the University of Michigan. I was specifically at the Flint campus.
Okay.
And I loved my program there. University of Michigan Flint, also shout out, love you. It was a really great program. It was very intense, very hard. But here, it's just as difficult. But I would say that the way that it's supported here and the way that they go about classes is very different. I had very large lecture rooms for some of my classes back home. And then the higher up you go, it gets a little bit more niche. But it was a lot more like you're kind of doing the study for yourself. Yeah. And here, it's not like they're hand-holding me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But the way that they go about the teaching here is a lot more, I guess, like open to help.
Yeah, I feel like it's very like if you're willing to ask the questions, if you're like willing to go to the professor, like kind of put yourself out there a little bit more, they're like very open to do whatever, take the time to spend it with you. I kind of had a similar experience when I went to high school. I was in a high school class of I think 1,500 kids. Oh. So coming here and having my business degree with like 30 students, it did feel more personal. It did feel like a lot better in that way. Can I ask like what was your like school size looking like in Michigan?
So where I'm at in Michigan, it's like this is going to be like super niche for anybody watching, but we do the hand thing, right? Because Michigan's like a mitten, and so you hold out your hand, and you say, "This is where I am." I was in the dead center of Michigan. Okay. Right in between Detroit and like Lansing, our capital. Yeah. So because it was like right in the middle, you'd think it'd be a small town. And I always thought it was a small town. But my graduating class was like 750, 800 kids. Okay. We were like,
that's pretty big.
Yeah. It was the biggest class size that we had, I'm pretty sure, like in the state at the time when I graduated. Like I sat next to this girl when I graduated who I knew from elementary school. And we sat down next to each other and we were like, I thought that you left. I haven't seen you in years. And she was like, I thought the same thing. But so my class was big, but then in college, it was that same thing. It was big class sizes. It got smaller as I went up. I'm sorry, now I'm just trailing off.
No, you're good. I was going to ask you, like, what's your size here compared to there? Like, what's your University of Tartu size?
Yeah. So the EACH program itself, I believe there's 14 of us. Okay. Wow. If I'm counting correctly. Yeah. So it's fairly small.
Is it all international students or okay? Yeah. Okay. Are you integrated into with the Estonians as well? Or is it all?
We are, but all the classes that I'm taking are like English forward. Okay. So there is Estonian students in it, but then I know that there's also additionally like classes in chemistry that are specifically in Estonian.
Gotcha.
But they've opened up all these classes to be English speaking to like assist in not only the EACH program, but like other Erasmus programs as well. Like I had a Swedish class that I had to take last semester, and it was Swedish on the basis of English.
Okay. Right? Yeah. No, that's pretty good then. Yeah. So first time coming to a small town. I mean, you thought your place, Michigan, was a small town, but Tartu is obviously a very small town as well. Yeah. In the big scope of things, maybe in Estonia it's not. I wanted to ask, what were your first impressions of Tartu, and what did you first think when you moved here?
When I first moved here, the flight from the U.S. to here was like 16 hours of travel. Yeah. So at first I was like, just give me a bed, right? But one of the first things that I did when I got here, I had heard about this church, right? There's the church in the center of the town, and it's like the ruins of this church. It's gorgeous. And the first thing I did is I went straight there because I really wanted to see it. I had seen all these pictures of it. And I don't remember what that business is called. It's like the Rotund.
Rotund, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the name of it, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like a little cafe, little lunch spot. And I went there. I walked around the church and I was just like amazed. I felt like I was in a fairy tale. Yeah. Especially coming from like the area of Michigan I was in. It's like post-industrial city, right?
Absolutely.
So we don't have any cool history at all. Like we got bad roads and factories everywhere.
That church is older than the U.S. is just in general.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a big thing for me. I know I'm trailing off a little bit, but I love coming and seeing just like abandoned stuff. You never see like abandoned stuff in the U.S., right?
Well, I mean, the abandoned stuff I got to see was like, don't go there. It's dangerous.
Yeah, it's not beautiful. It's like maybe abandoned, but it's just like, oh, somebody needs to open something up there. You know?
Exactly.
But here it's like, man, that is like destitute.
Yeah. But so I went to that church. I looked around. I was just amazed. I went up in the tower of it and everything. And I was like looking around the city and just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here right now.
Yeah.
And then I sat down at that lunch spot and I had this like chicken salad and a beer. And I don't know if it was just like the fantasy of it all, but I was like, this is the best chicken salad I've ever had in my entire life.
That place is definitely underrated.
It is. I love it. And now that it's warm again, I will be back.
You're going to be going out there. All right. Yeah. But something else, you got to Tartu, small town. What did you kind of think culturally? What were like some differences you noticed right away, or maybe in your first few weeks here?
Yeah. Well, I think being an American, we have like this whole culture of pleasantries. You're walking down the street and you smile and nod to somebody. You walk up to get a coffee, right? And it's like, hi, how are you doing today? And that's not a thing here at all. It's almost like rude, but they don't get mad. It throws people off. Yeah. And so my first week here, when I was interacting with Estonians, I was like, these people hate me. I don't know what this is. And then after a while, I got kind of used to it. And I was like, no, it's just like the pleasantry culture is just not a thing.
Yeah.
And not a bad way at all.
No.
Like, it's just not normal for them. So that was a huge adjustment. And at first I tried to like cut back on all my stuff and just try to like keep the Estonian face on when I'm walking around. And but after a while, I got kind of bored of that too. And I was like, you know what? They're never going to be like not receptive to it. They're just going to be surprised.
Yeah.
So now I've kind of turned back and
I'll do it again. I do the same. I don't know if you do this back home, but if somebody has a really nice looking dog, I'll go up and I'll be like, hey, can I pet your dog? Yeah. And here it's like totally out in left field. Like nobody would go and ask their dog. So like, I'm still going to do that. It's probably going to creep somebody out, but I feel like that's something, it's always a nice exchange. Nobody's ever like, don't touch my dog.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing is, so I'm gay, just for context of the story. Back home, I used to go to like different bars or like event things with my friends. And if I saw like a girl who I thought like looked so pretty or like had a wonderful outfit, I would always, oh my God, I love your outfit. You look so good. And I did that one time when I was out and this girl was like, what do you want from me? And I was like, oh, I didn't mean to, sorry. I didn't mean to bother you, but I just thought it was so funny.
No, that's happened to my wife as well. She's Estonian, and when we went to Tennessee for the first time, somebody came up and were like, hey, I love your dress, I love your shoes, and she was just like so taken aback. It's just not very common to do here. Yeah. Besides just maybe the day-to-day interaction with people, what would you say is something maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say like bigger picture, but like what's something like event-wise you've noticed in Estonia or just kind of like citywide that's like something maybe stood out to you?
Well, there's a lot of events that go on in the city that I find to be really cool. I mean, like the student week things just happened last week where it was like that whole week of tons of events. And there was that crazy concert on the river.
Oh, yeah.
That was so cool.
I saw them doing mud wrestling.
The mud wrestling was so funny. Yeah. And then I also I participated in the slippery stairs competition. I almost didn't want to say it at first because I was definitely the worst person at that. I did the second round and I barely even made it up the stairs.
Well, that's awesome. You came out and like participated in something. Like a lot of people aren't going to like go outside their comfort zone and do that. Like I think I don't know. I have a problem with like not a problem, but sometimes students come here and they're like, oh, there's nothing to do in Tartu. Nobody wants to talk to me. It's like, but you need to kind of go outside your comfort zone and make the little step because it sounds like you've been getting involved in
well, it's funny because I feel like I haven't done enough actually. Okay. That's like the one regret I have is not participating more in different events. But I try to when I can because they're all so fun and you get to meet so many people. And also I've really come to learn that Tartu really is like this little microcosm.
It really is.
Multiculturalism. Like it's crazy how many people I meet that are from vastly different areas of the world.
No, that's also one of my favorite things about living here is like you get such a different perspective talking to different people like that you probably would have never talked to. And, you go to, I don't know, go to Italy or, you know, Spain, everybody's coming there from, the same places. But here it just feels like such a, I don't want to say melting pot, but it does feel like a melting pot, right?
Yeah.
It's so many
it reminds me of home because back in the U.S., we are a country made of immigrants. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I am in each program, every single person I know is from a different country. There's a couple people, there's 2 from Pakistan and 2 from Colombia, but there's so many different backgrounds and experiences and people and perspectives. It's so cool to be a part of. And I'm just eating it up. I love it.
Yeah. So you're obviously outside of your comfort zone now. Do you maybe a little bit more introspectively, like what has been being in a different country, living in a different country? taught you about yourself, like personally?
I think it's really helped me understand independence and like being able to stand my ground and have my own footing.
Yeah.
I was on my first flight here from Detroit to, I think it was the Netherlands. I keep forgetting which one it is. And the whole time I was so excited. But then I got on my second flight and I was like, oh, this is really happening. I'm actually going to this country called Estonia that nobody in my family knew about. And like, I'm scared. Like, it's really hitting.
Yeah.
But over the course of my time here, because I was here in September, I've gotten so much more comfortable with myself.
So you've only got a few months left.
Yeah, actually. Well, actually, I'll be here for the rest of the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And then I go to Sweden after that.
Oh, okay. It would be sad if you left like right now and it's just starting to get the nicest weather.
Yeah, really.
Definitely. So what we always like when people come on the podcast, we like to ask them. This season we're calling it the Estonia Round. Okay, and these are questions about Estonia that for you to answer. So here's one: what is something that you could only see happening in Estonia?
There's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. There's the food niche here, right? Estonia has very niche food things. First of all, mini pancakes. I don't know why they're so obsessed with mini pancakes. I mean, now I'm becoming obsessed with mini pancakes, so I really can't say anything. But the craziest thing I saw is it's mini pancakes, pickles, and sour cream. Those are the three things that I just see all the time. And the craziest thing I saw was somebody take a pickle and put sour cream on it and just eat it as a snack over and over. And I was like, that's a little too far for me. I don't know if I could do that.
Have you seen, like, I guess this is like a childhood snack with Estonians, but they take just a rib of rhubarb and they dip it in sugar and just go at it like a celery stalk. Apparently, they swear by it, and it's actually really good. I never would have thought like that was something to do because like rhubarb's super big here. So I was like,
gotcha.
I get the pickle with sour cream, but that's one that like really ran me for a while.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I never tried the picle with sour cream.
Oh, so come on, you got to try it.
It's gonna be funny. I'm gonna try it, and I bet I'm gonna love it.
When in Rome.
Yeah,
right?
really.
Do you think you've picked up any Estonian habits while you've been here? A lot of the other guests have said maybe being like a little bit more introverted, quiet in public, but it sounds like you have kind of been the opposite of that.
Yeah, actually, so like being from the US, it's so go. We're so busy. We talk to everybody all the time.
Absolutely.
And in my first week here during orientation, there was a professor who gave this speech to us about like embrace Estonian culture and how there's this culture of like silence. And it's not like necessarily like an introverted thing, but a peace thing. Like, you sit out at the park and you sit there in silence and just take it in. You become like one with nature almost in this really beautiful way. And I've really tried to embrace that and wire that into who I am. And since I have, it's been really nice. It's like been peaceful.
Like take the time to smell the roses.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's why I prefer Tartu over Tallinn. Maybe I'm biased. I live here.
I do too.
But it just feels a lot more peaceful, a lot slower.
Yeah.
I like what you said about like, it's that level of peace. It's kind of like when you're comfortable with someone, you'll sit in the front seat of a car and not talk. You don't feel like you have to talk to them.
Yeah.
In a weird way, that's how I feel about Estonia.
No,
that's very roundabout.
agree.
Yeah. I guess talking a little bit more about Tartu. If you were to leave Tartu tomorrow, what's one thing you would miss?
That's a great question. I don't know. I love this city so much. There's so many things. I would really miss the like nature of everything, how walkable the city is.
Yeah.
Downtown area, I love going to that little cafe and just sitting there and just having a coffee and watching.
I think one thing that I don't think I've ever mentioned before on the podcast, I yap a lot about Estonia, I yap a lot about Tartu, but I really like the Emajogi, and it's the river that runs right through the middle of town.
So fun.
And it's like, it's super underrated. During the winter, it freezes over, and this year you could actually walk on it.
Yeah.
And I just think that's just something that like, I haven't seen before. You got to go kind of out of your way to find a creek or something. So, oh yeah. And so you're kind of also like fresh in Estonia. You've been here a little bit, but somebody else that was coming to Estonia for the first time, what's some advice? Bring yourself back to Ben, 7-8 months ago, stepping off the plane.
Yeah.
What would your advice be?
I guess my main advice would be just don't be shy. I feel like a lot of people experience Estonia, and it's a little shocking with how quiet Estonians are. But they're never going to be like combative. And I feel like most of the time when I try to embrace somebody, it might be a little weird at first, but they'll get to know you, you know. Don't be shy, go out of your way. And especially if you're coming as an international student, you should really just participate as much as you can in things. Just get out of your comfort zone. Yeah. If I was talking to Ben beforehand, I would say, please learn Celsius. Oh my gosh. Because I am so confused about temperature now. We do Fahrenheit, so it's crazy.
It took me a while, and I think I like Fahrenheit better, just because you can get it a little bit more precise. You know, like a 16 degrees Celsius and a 17 degrees Celsius.
The difference is huge.
Feels way different than like, if it's 55 or 58. You know,
I've had this bit that I like to do sometimes when I go out to student events, where like Celsius. Okay, I just think there's this crazy argument of one makes more sense than the other, because it doesn't really matter, right?
Well, Fahrenheit came first.
Did it?
The imperial system, right? I don't know. I like to say that it gets people really angry.
Well, so that's what I was
I'm not even sure if it's true.
Yeah, that's the game I like to play. Is that I will just like, I don't know, at an event at a bar when I'm getting to know anybody who has a Celsius system, just make the argument of like, well, Fahrenheit makes more sense, and then it just lights.
Oh man, they get going.
Yeah, it just makes fun debates.
No, it is pretty fun. So we are kind of reaching the end here. I wanted to ask, what's next? Yeah, I know it's been flying by. You said you were going to Sweden. What's next for you? What's next for Ben? Where do you see yourself maybe in a year, 5 years from now?
Well,
loaded question.
Well, the next thing I'm going to do is actually I'm getting to do some work with the Archemy Lab, which is an archaeological chemistry lab here at Tartu. So I inquired with them, and I get the privilege of working with them a little bit this summer. I'm very excited for that. And then I'm going to be next year at the University of Uppsala in Sweden, where I'll be finishing my master's and doing my thesis and everything. And then after that, I really plan on doing my PhD. I'm hoping I can come back here, actually.
Come back here.
Love that. Because I want to see if I can, if you see this, weasel my way into the Archemy group and maybe do my PhD with them. But
yeah, wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it's a comfortable place to live, and
I love it.
Yeah, so hopefully you'll be back. That'd be great. Last thing, what would be one thing you'd recommend to somebody coming or maybe they could try it at home now? Maybe a movie, something, music, Estonian, or maybe food. What's your one like Estonian thing you have to recommend to somebody?
Oh, that's a great question. I would love to offer for everybody to try Hesburger. I don't know why I like it so much.
I think it's Finnish.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, that's not.
You got to pick something else now.
Dang.
I mean, it is in Estonia.
Yeah. Well, there's this one song that I've actually come to like really fall in love with. I think it's gonna be the song that I'll always think of Estonia by. I'm probably gonna butcher this because I don't speak Estonian, but it's called Karimarks.
Oh, Kattemaks.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to try to say that.
I love that song also.
It's so beautiful. And I've really come to love a lot of the music here.
Yeah.
That's something that I think is just, there's something behind the language that is so special and inherent because, it's not Latin based. It's like, is it Uralic, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds so, sometimes crazy, but with music, it's just so beautiful. I really eat it up.
It sounds a lot different than other places in the region. And a little bit on that subject, I love concerts here because you go in and you're like not 10 miles away from the actual performer. You can actually see them. And no, I'm a big fan. The band for that is Curly Strings. It's like a Estonian folk band. So go and listen to it. It's a really good song. But Ben, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Absolutely.
Do you have any closing statements?
Come to Tartu.
Come to Tartu.
Yeah. You will not regret it.
All right. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you for having me.
And this has been Tiksu to UniTartu.